Have you ever looked at someone who seems to have it all? A famous athlete, a successful entrepreneur, or an artist who has reached the top of their field. You see their incredible talent, their success, their trophies, and you think, wow, they must be so gifted. They were just born for this. It's easy to believe that. It's comfortable to think that some people are just destined for greatness. But what if I told you that the secret to their success isn't just talent? What if the most important ingredient is something you can build, something you can train, something that has nothing to do with luck or genetics? Today we're talking about grit. It's the silent force behind all lasting success. It's that stubborn, relentless fire that keeps you going when everyone else gives up. It's a passion for a long-term goal, combined with the perseverance to stick with it, even when you face setbacks, failures, and plain old boredom. We're going to dive deep into what grit really is, and why it matters more than talent. And there's no better example of this than one of the greatest athletes of our generation, Cristiano Ronaldo. He didn't just become a legend because of his natural ability. He became one because of his ferocious, unwavering grit. So, whether you're working, driving, or just sitting back, let's unlock the true meaning of success. What is grit, really? When we talk about grit, it's not just about being tough. It's not about brute force or raw determination. The psychologist Angela Duckworth, who made the concept famous, defines grit as passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Think of it like this. Talent is a car with a powerful engine. It can go fast, but only for a little while. Grit is the fuel, the driver, and the map. It's what keeps the car moving, mile after mile, even when the road is bumpy and the destination seems impossibly far away. Most people start something, a new fitness plan, a language, a business, with a burst of motivation. They're excited by the newness and the potential. That's the talent spark. But when the initial excitement fades and the hard work begins, they hit a wall. And that's where grit comes in. It's the ability to keep going when the passion is gone, when the progress is slow, and when the effort feels pointless. Grit is about showing up not because it's fun today, but because it matters for your future. It's a quiet, daily commitment to your dreams, even when the world isn't watching. It's a promise you make to yourself, and it's a promise you keep. The legend of grit, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now let's look at one of the most powerful examples of grit in action. When people talk about Ronaldo, they often focus on his talent. His speed, his skills, his insane jumping ability. But what's truly remarkable about his career isn't what he was born with, it's what he built. When he was a teenager, Ronaldo was skinny, scrawny, and often seen as a show-off. He had talent, yes, but he wasn't a prodigy in the way Lionel Messi was. His coaches and teammates at the time talk about his obsession. After every practice, while others went home, Ronaldo would stay. For hours. He would practice his free kicks. He would train with ankle weights to improve his speed. He would do hundreds of sit-ups a day. This wasn't because he had to. This was because of his passion and perseverance for a long-term goal, to be the best in the world. He had a vision of himself that was so clear and so powerful that he was willing to do what no one else was willing to do. This brings us to a crucial point about grit. It's often fueled by a deeply personal and meaningful why. For Ronaldo, it wasn't just about winning games. It was about proving himself, about perfecting his craft, and about reaching a level of greatness that no one could question. He wasn't just working hard. He was building his identity as an unstoppable champion. The two faces of grit, passion and perseverance. To understand how to build grit, you have to understand its two core components. Let's break them down. First, there's passion. This isn't the fleeting excitement we feel at the beginning of a new project. True passion is a deep, long-lasting interest in a specific thing. It's the kind of passion that makes you curious, that makes you want to read about it, think about it, and work on it, even on your worst days. Think back to Ronaldo as a teenager. He didn't just like football, he was obsessed with it. It was his whole life. He had a clear direction. That's what passion provides, a compass. Without it, you're just wandering. You might work hard, but you'll burn out because there's no clear destination. So, the first step to building grit is to get honest with yourself. What do you really care about? Not what your parents want for you, or what society says is a good career. What do you find yourself thinking about? What problem do you want to solve? What skill are you genuinely curious about? Finding that passion is the anchor for everything else. Second, there's perseverance. This is the hard part. This is the action of grit. It's the stubborn refusal to give up. This is where Ronaldo's story truly shines. He didn't just train hard. He trained with a purpose and a plan. He was meticulous about his diet, his sleep, his recovery. He turned his body into a machine. This is the part of the story we often miss. We see the goals, the glory, the Ballon d'Or awards. We don't see the thousands of hours of repetitive, unglamorous training. We don't see the moments of doubt, the injuries, the critics who said he was finished. We don't see the solitary hours in the gym, the ice baths, and the disciplined routine. That's perseverance. That's the real work. Perseverance isn't just about trying hard. It's about trying smart. It's about not just showing up, but also learning from your mistakes, adjusting your approach, and getting back up stronger. It's a process of continuous improvement. How to build your own grit. So, how do we apply this to our own lives? How can we become more like Ronaldo, not in our football skills, but in our relentless pursuit of our goals? 1. Find your passion, your why. As we discussed, this is the foundation. It doesn't have to be a grand, world-changing passion. It could be as simple as a desire to speak another language to connect with new people, or to learn to play an instrument to express yourself. The key is that it matters to you. If you don't have a clear why, you will lose steam. So take a moment. Write it down. Why do you want to do this? What is the deeper reason? 2. Embrace deliberate practice. Ronaldo didn't just practice, he practiced deliberately. He focused on his weaknesses. He turned every training session into a purposeful effort to get better. This is different from just showing up. Deliberate practice is focused, intentional, and it pushes you just outside your comfort zone. Instead of just studying a language for an hour, focus on one specific thing. Maybe today it's only on pronunciation. Tomorrow, it's about listening to the nuances of native speakers. This focus turns effort into real progress and prevents boredom. 3. Set a grit goal. Think of a goal that's both ambitious and long-term. This isn't about losing 10 pounds next month. It's about a 5-year goal, a 10-year goal. Ronaldo didn't just want to win one trophy. He wanted to be the best in the history of the sport. His goals were massive, and they fueled him for decades. So think big. Where do you want to be in 5 years? What do you want to achieve? Write it down. This vision acts as a North Star that guides your daily decisions. 4. Accept that it will be hard, and that's okay. This is a critical mindset shift. We often think that success should feel good all the time. But grit requires us to be comfortable with discomfort. It requires us to do the thing when we're tired, when we're bored, and when we don't feel like it. Ronaldo knows this better than anyone. There were days when he was exhausted, but he still showed up. There were days when his body hurt, but he still trained. You have to train your mind to see the struggle not as a sign to quit, but as a normal and necessary part of the journey. 5. Track your small wins. Grit isn't about one giant leap. It's about a million tiny steps. To stay motivated during the long haul, you have to find a way to see and celebrate your progress. A simple habit tracker can be incredibly powerful. Each time you do the work, each 15 minutes you spend studying, each workout you complete, mark it down. Seeing those checkboxes add up creates a visual chain of your commitment. It proves to yourself that you are the kind of person who shows up. It builds self-trust. We began by talking about the myth of natural talent and how it can stop us before we even begin. But the story of grit, the story of Cristiano Ronaldo, shows us something different. It shows us that greatness isn't born, it's built. It's built with passion for a long-term goal. It's built with the perseverance to keep going when the path is lonely and the progress is slow. It's built in the moments no one sees. The extra hours in the gym, the extra pages read, the extra mile run. The truth is, you don't have to have a unique gift to achieve your dreams. You just have to have a relentless will to stay with it. That stubbornness, that quiet determination, That's your secret weapon. That's your talent. And it's a talent that anyone can cultivate, one deliberate action at a time. Now, we want to hear from you. We've talked about Ronaldo, but what about your story of grit? Have you ever stuck with something for a long time even when it was difficult? What kept you going? Please share your story in the comments below. We'd love to read about your journey and your experience. And if you want to get more English lessons like this and continue building your mindset, be sure to follow our podcast. We release new episodes every week to help you improve your English and your life. The truth is, you have the power to choose to be gritty, to stay on the path, to get up when you fall, to keep your eye on that far-off dream, no matter how distant it seems. So, what are you waiting for? Start building your grit today.